British Fighting Championship Featherweight Title. Please welcome Joseph Kennworthy. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be 5 3-minute rounds for the British Fighting Championships Featherweight Title. Your fighter, fighting out of the blue corner from McNaldos Martial Arts, make some noise for Joseph Kennworthy! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner from AVT MMA in Leeds, welcome Harry Endgame Edwards!
And here we go. I guess it's a bit of an interesting dynamic, this one, isn't it? The champion being, I guess, almost like the away fighter here.
Yeah, I mean, he was the away fighter last time and it didn't seem to bother him. Obviously picking up that really impressive armbar win. I'm so interested in this fight. This is a high level matchup between two really skilled young up and coming prospects.
It certainly is. Touch of gloves and we are underway here. We have 5 3-minute rounds should we need them, with this being a title fight. Instantly you can see Kennworthy, the taller of the two men.
Yeah, Edwards doing what you're supposed to. He's double jabbing, carrying his feet with him. Kennworthy throwing these stabbing front kicks to try and keep Edwards at range. Catches Edwards' low kick, fires his right hand back.
Of course, this is the second man in the BFC cage fighting out of AVT that Kennworthy's fought. What, I guess, advantages does that lead for the gym if you've already prepared one man for a fighter?
You've just got that more study time, more reps of watching them and trying to figure them out. And then you've got someone in the gym who's been in the cage with them who you can consult with, and you can ask their opinion, you can see what they've seen or talk to them about what it feels like to be in the cage with that opponent.
This just feels like a title fight. I know we've seen a lot of debuts tonight, maybe rushing their work or getting overly excited. Neither of these two men very calm and collected in there. Plenty feints, plenty strikes, both men just trying to find their distance.
Yeah, a lot of the fights earlier on, there wasn't much of a feeling out process. Obviously, when there's only 3-minute rounds, you don't have a lot of time for a feeling out process. But this is 5 3-minute rounds. Full 15-minute fight. Kennworthy with some really good strikes off that head kick. It looked like Edwards blocked it, but it might have snuck round, and then Kennworthy landed some really good punches off it.
Both men as tough as they come as well, just clocked as well. Oscar Owensworth in the corner of Harry Edwards, a man who knows certainly how to be tough just off the back of that really close fight that he took, I think, less than a week's notice to Alfie Davis out on the PFL.
Yeah, really good standard of gym, AVT, also good standard of gym, McNaldos, both producing excellent fighters like Edwards and Kennworthy.
Been a very, very interesting opening few minutes, this, hasn't it? It's just the feeling out process, again, I know we spoke about it earlier on in the night, but just the standard and the level of amateur MMA now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the better shots to the head have been landed by Kennworthy, but one thing that would be interesting to keep an eye on is the low kicks of Edwards seem to be landing. Kennworthy is lifting his leg up to check, but he's not turning it out, so he is kind of taking the impact on the areas just like that, on the thigh and on the calf. When he lifts his leg up to check, he needs to turn that out. He's just lifting his leg straight up. And Edwards with a very classic Thai style trick of forcing the check out and kicking the standing leg.
Of course, it's money in the bank as well, isn't it, over 5 rounds, just to be chipping away at that lead leg.
Yeah, it is so much more important to do that in a fight like this than it is earlier in one of the fights earlier in the night. It's only a beautiful hand to the body, right hand to the body.
Both men loading up here, happy to trade as we enter the final seconds of this opening round. Finishing with a big head kick is Kennworthy. Nice touch of gloves, and what an interesting opening first round. Yeah,
I was going to say, Kennworthy nearly had me stumbling over my words. He just seems to be able to create like damaging, dangerous strikes from anywhere. Like, I was just talking about checking leg kicks and stuff, and he just uncorks a beautiful right hand to the body and then immediately starts flurrying. The flurries look dangerous. His punches seem to have a lot of power behind them. But obviously, Edwards was behind in his last fight. He was getting outstruck in his last fight, and he still found a way to win.
It's so interesting, like you say, there's so much to take just from that. 3 minutes now, of course, the corners in here. Let's go to the champ's corner. If you're in Edwards' corner, as a cornerman yourself, what are you telling him? What do you want to see more of?
I'd be telling him that double jab's beautiful. Even though it's not landing, that double jab is serving him well. And I would also be telling him to keep on that low kick, but he has to keep faking. He can't spam it. Kennworthy has caught it a few times and countered it a few times. He needs to be faking the low kick as well as throwing it. Kennworthy, I would just be telling him to turn that knee out a bit more on his checks and maybe throw that right hand down the pipe to try and put Edwards off throwing that low kick.
Well, let's see what happens here in this second round. As I say, 5 3-minute rounds should they need them, and we open up here with an exchange of leg kicks.
Yeah, both men landing there. Edwards faking that level change. That's a good idea. Again, that right hand finding the mark for Kennworthy.
Again, though, them leg kicks coming straight back from the champ, Edwards.
Yeah, those are good. Those are money in the bank. Those are solid leg kicks. You see, there is a partial check. Nice head kick. Kennworthy is partially checking him, but just not quite turning his knee out enough. Beautiful snap kick, though. And speaking of money in the bank, obviously, Edwards has been landing those low kicks, but Kennworthy's been doing a good job of attacking the body with straight shots as well, like the straight right to the body. He's been landing good snap kicks, so there's money in the bank there for Kennworthy.
for scoring this as well, I guess it makes it slightly more difficult when maybe there isn't a huge volume of strikes coming forward from either man and they're so tied on the feet.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to say that Kennworthy is landing the cleaner, better shots to the head and the body, but Edwards has been consistent with his low kick. He's kind of abandoned the outside low kick for a bit, but throwing the inside low kick is a good way to set up your outside low kick. Again, it forces them to turn their knee in a bit more. And then again, another outside low kick. And not a calf kick as well. I think the thigh kick is going to make a bit of a resurgence in MMA. Going to the thigh just above just above the knee, landing those well.
Nice kick to the body there as well from the champ. And you can see the reddening now on the outside, of Kenny's leg.
Yeah, and Edwards is just doing a good job of like throwing inside kicks as well, just to make that defense a lot harder. But that was a beautiful right hand from Kennworthy.
Kennworthy seemed to have found his distance now as well. He's looking a lot more comfortable in there.
Yeah, he is looking a lot more comfortable, but that last low kick did seem to bother him a touch. He's now lifting his leg up more.
Looking, swinging in, the big left hand just falls short from the champ.
Kennworthy just pressing into range, closing the distance a bit more. That could serve him well in diffusing that low kick, just getting into punching range and just firing that right hand every time Edwards even thinks about throwing a low kick. Just trying to ping a right hand down the centre would be a good idea for Kennworthy, I believe.
Just 30 seconds here left in this second round. Again though, Edwards looks so comfortable on the back foot. Kennworthy quite happy coming forward, but Edwards happy to let him come forward and catch him on the way in.
Yeah, because Edwards' base is so good. However, if he gets backed all the way up to the fence, that could be an issue, but he's just doing a really good job of returning with his low kicks at the end of a lot of these exchanges. Beautiful right hand from Kennworthy.
Catches that kick again, looks to unload. Nice nod, nice show of respect between the two there in what is turning into be a very interesting contest here in the co-main event of BFC 5.
Yeah, that was a solid round of fighting. I think the story of that round really would be the leg kicks of Edwards. Are they adding up? Are they doing damage? Are they going to start affecting the movement of Kennworthy? And on Kennworthy's side, he's getting closer and closer with his right hand. Is one of those going to find the mark and really make a difference in this fight?
As we see though, as this fight goes on, them persistent leg kicks from the champion, money in the bank, and we see how they add up as we go on here. One round before we hit them championship rounds. Both men still looking relatively fresh here as well.
Yeah, Kennworthy right next to our commentary position. Doesn't look to be breathing too hard. Neither does Edwards. These men are both really well conditioned.
Again though, this comes down to the gym that they are training at, the level of fighter that they're training alongside. It'll make them peak for nights like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, straight back on that kick is the champ.
That one was checked. And those toe kicks, they are finding the mark. It's just that outside low kick is also finding the mark consistently.
Shake of the head there when two kicks coming in from Kennworthy, from the champion Edwards, but Kennworthy staying here on the front foot, dictating the flow of this one.
Yeah, Kennworthy has been doing a good job consistently pressuring, landing those snap kicks to the body, landing his straight shots. Another nice snap kick to the body. Edwards just keeping his base, keeping that good bend in his knees as he's moving backwards, landing his low kick and resetting.
Nice kick to the head there from Kennworthy, and followed up with a nice stiff backhand.
Backhand did seem to connect well. Obviously Edwards, his stance and his base is so good. It's hard to tell when the shots land well. That was Edwards thinking about a takedown, maybe for the first time of this fight. Kennworthy shrugged it off.
I think we can clearly see here as well how much respect both men have for each other in this one and how much they respect each other's skill set.
Yeah, definitely. And like, they've both definitely earned the respect from one another. They've both landed good shots in this fight so far.
Halfway through here, the third round in this featherweight title fight at BFC 5. Lovely leg kick again from the champion. You can see the bruising starting to come out now as well on the thigh of Kennworthy.
Yeah, you can definitely see the bruising coming out. The thing is, with Kennworthy not having a super bouncy about, springy style of footwork, it is harder to see if the low kicks take effect. Obviously, I've praised Edwards' stance and his base and how solid he is, but Kennworthy is also very solid, very disciplined with his stance.
Again, that kick straight through the middle. We've seen it so often in this one. Lands again from Kennworthy, the challenger, with a big right hand again behind it.
Yeah, the classic Dan Henderson inside low kick to right hand. Kennworthy is now upping his volume a little bit. He might have sensed something. And another beautiful right hand.
You just feel the longer this bout's going on, the more Kennworthy's finding that distance, knowing where he can, when he can land that right hand. Again, catching the kick, looking to follow it up.
Very good moment for Kennworthy. Arguably one of his better moments of the fight, and it came off countering that low kick.
10 seconds here left in this third round before we enter the championship rounds. And again,
another beautiful right hand.
Another interesting and another close round.
Yeah, I feel like this is a tough fight to score. I would be edging it towards Kennworthy. Obviously I'm not a judge, but I feel like the better shots are being landed by Kennworthy. I feel like, especially in that round, the momentum started to shift in Kenworthy's favour.
But there's still a lot of good work coming from the champion as well.
Oh, 100%. Like, it is by no means a washout. This is a competitive fight. This is all to play for going in the championship rounds.
How much does this change things? You seem like the perfect man to talk to about this. You train for 3 rounds so often and then you have a 5-round fight come up. Of course, you've got one in just a couple of weeks yourself. How does training change going from a 3-round fight to a 5-round fight?
It's hard work, man. Like, in all honesty, MMA shouldn't be 25 minutes long. I'm hand on heart. It's awful. But both men looking super fresh. And I think it is a massive part of it is their discipline, their control. They are staying well within themselves. We've seen earlier in the night a lot of fighters rush their work, maybe be overly physical when it's unnecessary. Both of these men are just keeping behind the technique, keeping behind their composure. Edwards now pressing forward, going back to that double jab. Obviously the low kicks have been serving him really well in this fight, but he kind of has abandoned that double jab that worked really well for him earlier on.
Close competitive fight. This is a champ throws kick upstairs, but lands on the gloves of Kennworthy, who returns with a high kick of his own.
Yeah, really competitive fight.
It's just inches away. That's several times now Kennworthy's caught that kick from the back leg of Edwards and fired a right hand down the pipe.
Yeah, Edwards is doing a good job of kind of recognising when his kick's been caught and getting his guard up and getting his head off centre, but some of those kicks those punches have come close.
They certainly have. Oh, a big head kick from the challenger Kennworthy, who now looks to land some more strikes, but the experience of Edwards again gets that kick caught though. You need to start watching for that.
Yeah, beautiful head kick from Kennworthy. Seems like he's feeling it, he's trying to press the advantage. Obviously can't get overzealous here.
Could Edwards look at changing the level of that kick and looking to maybe throw it? Every time now it's coming in, that lead hand of Kennworthy's dropping to try and catch that kick. Could he change the level and try and fire one upstairs?
He could if he gets the distance for it. The thing is, with low kicks are easier to throw on the back foot than high kicks are. High kicks can be quite tricky to throw on the back foot, whereas low kicks, because it's not as big a commitment of your hips and your body weight, you can do it a little bit easier on the back foot than you can a high kick. I'm not saying it's impossible. There has been many people who've landed high kick knockouts while moving backwards, but it's harder to do.
Nice stiff right hand again from the challenger.
Yeah, so see, when Edwards is landing that left high kick, it's because he's managing to fake before it and to get Kennworthy to back up a little bit.
Smile between the two there as we enter the first of the two champions. And another stiff backhand.
Yeah, that right hand was beautiful, straight down the pipe. But again, because Edwards is staying so disciplined, keeping his stance so well balanced and poised, he is able to take these shots.
Very, very close fight, this one. Do you have Kenny just edging it?
Yeah, I have Kenny just edging it at this point. It is close. I'm not a judge. I'm not scoring the fight. I would have Kenny edging it. However, the low kicks from Edwards have been consistent. They have been landing.
20 seconds to go here in this 4th round. Looking again, another leg kick from the champion.
That one seemed to get Kennworthy to step a little bit funny afterwards. Not 100% sure, and another right hand from Kennworthy.
Every time the men here, the clack out there, straight back into striking, and there we go. We will go to the 5th and final round, and what a fight this has been.
Yeah, this has been a real technical contest. I think if I was in Edwards' corner, he would have to start getting the Rocky speech on almost. You'd have to start trying to light a fire under him. And as much as he is a composed and very technical fighter who stays well within himself and maintains good discipline with his stance and good discipline with his techniques, I think it is time for him to just get that little bit wild, get that little bit aggressive. As I think Kennworthy, through his straight punches and through his consistent work with his straight punches, is slightly ahead in this fight.
We will see. Should we go to the judges' scorecards? 3 minutes left to decide this one in the time. Referee calling both men together here just ahead of this final round. Lovely show of respect between the two. Touch of gloves before we get back to the action here in this co-main event at BFC 5.
Both men seem to have lots left in the tank. Cannot wait for this 5th round. Edwards coming out aggressive.
We have 180 seconds to decide who will be the champion here at BFC. And it's just what you said, you wanted more aggression from Edwards, and that seems to be exactly what we're getting.
Yeah, he's pawing out with that right hand to try and smother Kennworthy's jab. Kennworthy getting back on his straight right and his snap kick, countering the low kick.
Nice work from Kennworthy there, getting the trip, but Edwards straight back to his feet, and we're back to this. It's been almost a game of feints, hasn't it, here with these two?
Yeah, 100%. It has been very tit for tat. This has been a really, really close contest so far.
It certainly has.
I almost feel like as well, because of obviously Kennworthy will have watched what happened in Edwards' last fight, it's almost meant he might be a little bit reluctant to follow up. You know, when he's caught the kick and he's landed the right hand and almost got a takedown off it, he hasn't really wanted to follow Edwards down to the ground at any point. 2
minutes to go here in this 5th and final round between these two featherweights.
Body shot from Edwards.
Oh, a huge shot from Kennworthy, and it's all over! Joseph Killer Kenny Kennworthy is the new BFC Amateur Featherweight Title holder, and what a win that is. It's that right hand. We've seen it threaten Harry so many times throughout the fight, and he lands it, and that's what happens. Here's a replay now.
Spectacularly timed right hand. Obviously Edwards was doing the right thing, coming out more aggressive in that close fight, trying to solidify that 5th round, but obviously there is a price to pay for aggression sometimes, and he did walk into that perfectly timed right hand by Kennworthy. Spectacular knockout. That is 2 unbelievable finishes in a row on BFC for Kennworthy. 19 years old, now 5-0, amateur champion. What a future this prospect has ahead of him. I am so impressed by Kennworthy in his fight so far in his career.
Looks like the legs are still not quite underneath the former champion Harry Edwards. But what a night this will be for Joseph Kennworthy, and what a win for him.
Yeah, amazing win. Absolutely spectacular work. Very, very impressed. Edwards, a really top level, high quality fighter, well deserving of being the BFC champion. But massive congratulations to Kennworthy for landing that picture perfect, beautiful right hand to win himself the British Fighting Championship Amateur Featherweight title.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's Let's hear it for these two warriors! Your referee has stopped the contest in favor of your winner and the new British fighting champion, Joseph Kennworthy.
And what a fight that was, and as we say, it is Joseph Kennworthy's night tonight, but I have no doubt in my mind Harry Edwards will be back.
Yeah, like Harry Edwards, top quality MMA fighter, really well rounded, good skills everywhere. Was landing